Okay, fight fans, fight fiends, welcome back to Manny's Thoughts. I, of course, Manny MTL or Manny Montreal. Make sure to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and obviously thefightcity.com. This week, Montreal was treated to an excellent night of fights. Global Legacy and Brothers Boxing Productions put together a beautiful night of fights at the Olympia. So before I get to the several reasons why that was such a fantastic night, let me give you guys some results. So first off, making his pro debut, Diamond Dwayne Durrell had a fantastic fight, won his fight by unanimous decision. His opponent was picked maybe 4 or 5 days out before the fight, and honestly they couldn't have found a tougher kid. Good on Dwayne for staying the course and winning the unanimous decision. Next up, we had Golden Garcia, who was barely in there around, didn't even build up a sweat. Fantastic fight from Golden, just got to showcase his work. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing him fight again. Then after that, we were treated to not one, but 2 heavyweight fights. First up, Baloui. Baloui won by decision. However, during the fight, there was 4 knockdowns in all, including one where Baloui hit the canvas. Just a barn burner of a heavyweight fight. Both guys were throwing with absolutely bad intentions. Just a heavyweight fight that made the acoustics in the Olympia seem like the greatest idea on the planet. Then after that, we were treated to another heavyweight fight. Canadian heavyweight champion, big country, Dylan Carmen, had a fantastic fight. What's really weird about it is that it was a buzzer beater. See, he won by TKO at exactly 0 seconds of the 8th round. Honestly, he could not have a second later and it would have gone to the judges. Great on Dylan Carmen for continuing to go for the knockout, and great fight from him. Then we were treated to a real treat. From the heavyweight slugging, we went back to the fundamentals of boxing. Ericbazinian just had a tremendous fight. All in all, a 5th round TKO stoppage. He's an entertainer as much of a boxer. Honestly, he even sat there and called on his opponent for a little while and then traded back. Honestly, there wasn't much his opponent could do. There's not much any opponent's going to be able to do against Ericbazinian. It's going to take a while before we see Eric face off somebody of the same caliber as him. Honestly, the kid's 19 years old and he fights like he's got 25 years of ring experience. Just a fantastically mature, strong young man. Guaranteed prize pig for you guys to bet on. Future star. Looking forward to his next fight. Then, after that, we were treated to another treat, Tyson Cave. Now, Tyson Cave was making his triumphant return. However, his opponent seemed to have more fans than him in the crowd. This didn't deter Tyson Cave, and neither did the 25-pound weight difference. That's right, 25 pounds. Now, let me give you a little insight that what most of you don't know. His opponent showed up clearly overweight, almost at the welterweight mark, and Tyson Cave was offered all his money to go home. And he chose not to do that. Now, I know if it was me and you offered me my paycheck without catching a punch, I would take the paycheck without catching a punch. However, Tyson Cave is not that man, and honestly, he felt he owed it to his fans and even to himself to some degree in order to make this fight go down no matter what. And that's exactly what happened. So with some weight cutting and some other stuff, maneuvering, maybe changing of weights for the fight actually went down. And that's all because of Tyson Cave. Then on top of that, now the fight goes down. There's a clear weight difference. So Tyson was just in there. It was like an exhibition match, just having fun with the guy. He could have drawn a happy face on this guy's face and the guy wouldn't have been able to bat it away. Tyson could have played tic-tac-toe on the guy's forehead, and there is nothing this guy could have done. So it was a little lackluster for the fans, who were obviously cheering for the opponent of Tyson Cave. But Tyson was clear and knew that the TSN and Fight Network cameras were there, so obviously he was going to put on a show. The Prince of Hali, folks, wasn't his best performance, but that's not on him. Thank you for having the fight anyway. You're a crazy son of a bitch. Now, last but not least, my favorite fighter, the last Boy Scout, the People's Champ, the Canadian middleweight champion fought, headlining the show, and had a terrific fight. Francis Lefraniere won by TKO ref stoppage against another tough opponent. Akron just as tough as they come, head as hard as rock. I am looking forward to Francis fighting a soft-headed fighter. Honestly, just a fun fighter to watch. He's a fighter's fighter. Just beautiful body work from Francis. Beautiful body work from everyone at the Grant Brothers. Honestly, it's proof that Howard and Otis love to work the body. Just a great all-around night of fights. And a shutout for the Grant boys. So, this leads me to the venue. The Olympia Theater is just a classy looking joint, and honestly the acoustics in the place were just crazy. When you heard the heavyweights fighting, it was like listening to people throw cantaloupes from a second-story window. It was just a fantastic place to watch fights, and then on top of that, the lighting and everything else, they had the big screens up for the fans. My only downside is that a Chivas was $9, so it was a Coors Light night for me. However, again, thank you, Grant Brothers, a global legacy. Just a fantastic night of fights. Everything bad that could have happened, you guys took and ran with. And honestly, the show went off with flying colors. Not a hitch to be seen. Honestly, water mains breaking, fighters not making weight, fighters not showing up. The Grant Brothers and global legacy just handled it like professionals. And no one even noticed. What a fantastic night of fights. Thank you again. Now, big thank you for the simple fact that I got to knock off something off my bucket list. One of my top 5 favorite fighters, George Chuvalo, was in the crowd, and I got the chance to shake his hand, thank him personally, and get a picture. There is no words to describe, nor money that could ever replace that moment. Thank you, Grant Brothers. So, again with the Grant Brothers, but now heading to this Saturday at the Pepsi Coliseum, Adonis Stevenson versus Sakio Bika. Already it's going to be a fantastic night of fights in Quebec, and obviously there's a lot of talk about Kovalev. However, the thing I'm talking about is the fact that 2 young up-and-comers are on the undercard. And for those of you that like to show up for only the main event at boxing matches, do yourself a favor, you paid for the ticket. Trust me, go to the beginning of the show and watch the undercard. These 2 names alone are worth it. First off, Olympic standout Custio Clayton's going to be fighting. And second off, Grant Brothers standout, making his second pro fight, Shakeel Phinn. Shakeel Finn's just a fantastic fighter. I am looking forward to this fight. Action-packed, just a fantastic fight. And honestly, I'm hoping to get down there myself so I can watch. Otherwise, hopefully somebody will tweet me the results. So looking forward to this Shakeel Phinn fight. If you guys get a chance, drive up to Quebec City. It's a very great night of fights. Good luck to you, Shakeel. That's it for me. And make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my other shows, Fight Week Roundup, Fight Week Rundown. Hit us up on the Fight City. Thanks again, Dwayne, for the t-shirt. I'll see you guys next week.